think about what it really takes. To turn those huge, maybe even impossible sounding ideas into something real, something that actually changes things. What's the gap between just dreaming and, well, building the future? Today we're doing a deep dive into exactly that. We're looking at the pretty extraordinary journey of someone everyone's talking about, Elon Musk.
That's right, and for this deep dive, we're drawing from a really solid summary of ASHLEE Vance's biography, Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, and the quest for a fantastic future. Think of it as a shortcut, a way to get right to the core insights about his path, the choices he made,
Yeah, exactly. So our mission here is to pull out those key nuggets, like what drove him, what were the big struggles, and maybe what aha moments can you find in his story for yourself. So, okay, where does this journey even begin? We need to go back, way back to 1971, Pretoria, South Africa. That's where Elon Musk was born.
And right from the start, it wasn't exactly straightforward. A really striking detail from his early life is he actually dealt with quite a bit of loneliness and bullying, too.
Right, which often does push people inwards.
Exactly. But the key thing here, according to Vance, is how he channeled that. It wasn't despair, it was books, studies. It seems like it forged this intense inner drive. It's kind of foundational to understanding him, I think.
And that focus paid off pretty early, didn't it? The biography mentions he coded and sold his first video game blaster, was it? When he was just 12?
Yeah, 12 years old. It's pretty amazing.
That's more than just a hobby, right? That's an early entrepreneurial spark.
Absolutely. It wasn't just playing games, it was making something.
Yeah.
And selling it. It shows that that drive to create and, well, to do business was there right from the beginning, thinking beyond just being a consumer. And then his path led him away from South Africa to North America for university, first Canada, then the University of Pennsylvania in the U.S.
Seeking out the right environment, maybe.
Seems like it. And even then, the biography suggests his dreams were already huge. We're talking Mars colonization, making Earth sustainable. These weren't just vague ideas floating around.
No, they sound more like actual goals, even back then. Blueprints for what came later.
And he didn't just sit on those ideas. He started acting on them pretty quickly. His first major venture was Zip2. Started it with his brother.
Zip2, right. What exactly was that?
Think of it like an early online city guide. Local businesses, maps, directories online, which, back in the early days of the internet was a pretty novel concept.
And that one worked out.
Oh, yeah. They eventually sold it to Compaq for around $300 million. A pretty significant first success. Marked him out early.
So he didn't just stop there. What came next? Wasn't it PayPal?
Well, sort of. It started as X.com. His idea was basically online banking, which, again, think about the time. Trusting your money online, that was a massive leap.
A radical idea back then, definitely.
Exactly. And X.com eventually merged and became PayPal. The biography really highlights the next big moment, eBay buying PayPal for $1.5 billion.
Wow.
And that sale, it gave Musk a very large sum, the kind of capital that lets you chase really, really big dreams. It wasn't just about getting rich, it was about funding the next, even crazier ideas.
Which brings us to the ventures he's probably most famous for now, the ones that really shaped his public image. Let's start with SpaceX.
Right, SpaceX.
The goal was, and still is, just mind-blowing. Send humans to Mars. Make us multi-planetary.
Yeah. And the biography makes it crystal clear this was not an easy ride. Those early days at SpaceX, they were tough. Rockets blowing up, failure after failure. Publicly.
It's amazing they kept going.
It really is. Many would have just given up. But for Musk, it seems like each failure wasn't an endpoint. It was data. An expensive, fiery lesson that fed right back into the design, that perseverance. That's key.
And look at where it led. Today, SpaceX is arguably the world's most successful private space company. It's just incredible.
It really is. It says a lot about that willingness to push through setbacks, which connects to another big venture, Tesla Motors. And again, the insight here is the why. It wasn't just let's build electric cars. It was driven by this bigger mission, pushing the world away from fossil fuels, accelerating that transition to sustainable energy.
And just like SpaceX, Tesla had his near-death experiences too, right?
Oh, absolutely. The book details periods where they were just scraping by, on the verge of collapse. But again, Musk's vision, his relentless drive, somehow pulled it through.
Turned it from this struggling startup into this massive global brand that's completely shaken up the auto industry.
It's a pattern, isn't it? Facing down failure, sticking to that huge vision, and his ambitions didn't even stop there.
Right. There's more.
Yeah, quite a bit more. There's Solar City promoting solar power for homes, making it more accessible. Then you've got Neuralink, which is, wow, trying to link human brains directly with computers, starting with medical uses, but the long-term vision is huge.
Brain-computer interfaces. Sounds like science fiction.
It does. And then there's the Boring Company. His answer to traffic jams: go underground, build networks of tunnels.
Literally boring tunnels to solve traffic.
Yep. An engineering fix for a common headache. And of course, the Hyperloop concept. Super fast travel in vacuum tubes. Another idea aimed at completely rethinking transportation.
It just shows the sheer scale, doesn't it? Tackling energy, space, transport, even brain interfaces.
The scope is just vast.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. His life, his companies, the ups, the downs. Let's try and boil it down. What are the key takeaways for you, the listener, from this deep dive into Musk's journey?
Well, the first big one has to be think big and trust yourself. Seriously, look at those childhood dreams, Mars. Sustainability. He didn't just have big ideas. He pursued them with this incredible self-belief, even when everyone else probably thought he was crazy.
That self-belief seems critical. And the second point, it feels like it has to be about failure.
Absolutely. The lesson is don't fear failure, learn from it. Those SpaceX explosions, Tesla almost going under, those weren't endpoints. They were learning opportunities. Expensive ones, sure, but he used them to get better, to iterate. Resilience is key.
So it's not about avoiding failure, but how you react to it.
Precisely. Which ties into the third takeaway, I think. His driving philosophy seems to be dream of doing something big, not just making money.
Explain that a bit more.
Well, the biography suggests the money, the billions, they were always tools to achieve the real goals. Mars, sustainable energy for Earth. These huge, almost humanitarian aims seem to be the bedrock. The money enables the mission.
Okay, so the purpose comes first. Makes sense. And the final overarching theme.
I think it boils down to this core belief. Science, technology, and sheer hard work can change the world. That's the thread connecting everything. It's this relentless application of engineering and effort to solve huge problems.
So think big, learn from failure, focus on purpose, and believe in the power of hard work and innovation. As you've been listening, what stands out most to you from his story? Do any of these principles resonate with your own goals or challenges?
It's definitely worth reflecting on.
And here's a final thought to leave you with. If one person, okay, facing setbacks, starting from, not nothing, but certainly facing adversity, can chase dreams as wild as colonizing Mars or totally change